Hey everybody, welcome back to Storytellers. This is part three. Last couple parts I talked a little bit about growing up, just kind of the stuff I was experiencing within my own life. So today I want to kind of switch it up a little bit and just kind of talk about more of transitions in some way, especially part two if that was transformation. Uh, Part three, I guess I would sum up with saying transition. I think for a lot of us, when we think about life, how we go through different stages, different transitions in life. And one of those things would have to just be with each milestone. I think about just our family legacy. And I can remember, graduating high school and going to college. And it was weird because I can remember just after I graduated high school, I kind of took a year off just to be able to work, get money, to be able to also figure out, where did I want to go to college? What did I want to do? Just kind of in that way, I figured stuff out. Why I raised a bunch of money to do so, and it just seemed weird because it seemed like in high school you're with people who I guess you would can kind of consider like your classmates, and even just by association with classmates, your friends. Um, but you wouldn't really be like best friends. Like there's no hanging out after school or anything like that. You're more kind of like school friends. I guess that's how I would put it. Um, so especially having that year hiatus where I was still in the area, but I wasn't really going to school, it just almost kind of seemed empty sometimes. Just like okay, there were still a few people I talked to from school. I think there was one time I wasn't working, so I went back and just kind of visited, teachers and underclassmates at a school just real quick, and even that was weird. Like I didn't want to be the guy who just kind of hung out with everybody who graduated but still want to hang out at school. But it was weird. Like people are like, oh, what are you doing here? It's like, oh, I was just coming to visit. I didn't have to go to work today, so I was just thought I'd just swing by, visit everyone, just see how people are doing. Like, oh, okay. Like it was almost like I graduated. I just became a ghost in some ways. So it was weird. And then even when you think about when I went to college and made friends, and then of course once you leave, you kind of once you graduate college, then it's like okay, you know how do I connect with these people that I've met. Some people I still have connections with. Some people I kind of find out about their lives years later and go like, oh wow, like look what they're doing, or oh my goodness, I didn't know this was going on. It's tragic in some ways. So when I think about all of that and the transitions in life, it's so easy just to kind of, in hindsight, reflect on those years and really think like, man, in that moment, I really wanted to get out of high school, go to college, get a job, do all that, and you have these dreams, and then eventually you start to reminisce and go, man, those were kind of good years, years being in high school. Those were some good years, and I really didn't really, I didn't really know it at the time uh, until in hindsight. Same thing with college. By the time I started getting towards the end of my last year, it's like, man, I'm ready to graduate college, go into seminary, go to get my master's, and do this. And then it's like, man, I really miss college, and man, I really miss the seminary. I miss sitting in my counseling cohort with everybody, and having our inside jokes, and all that stuff. Um, so there's a lot of transitions, and it's just a good thing of just thinking back about just kind of the good times, even thinking back to like some arguments or some fights I may had with certain individuals, and just think about that was stupid. Like why did I let my ego get in place of that friendship? Why did I let you know there could have been a lot more growth in that friendship, but I kind of let it die, or they kind of let it die, and we both didn't work to kind of repair those things. So when you think about transition, there's always a lot of would have, could have, should have's. Um, but at the same time, when you reflect back on that, you go, wow, even in the midst of all the craziness, even in the midst, those were some good times. And I think even in our world today, we can say the same thing. Like, man, yeah, do I like being in self isolation? No, but hey, I'm really get to see my son. When my son's at school, I didn't really think that when my son went to school and started doing full days at school, how much I would miss him. And now it's like, oh, he's doing schoolwork, but I can see him, or I come home and he's there having lunch and wants to tell me everything he's done, and just kind of see that relationship and even be with him when he has his breakdowns that he's not able to see his friends at school because schools are closed, and he's seeing them online and all that stuff. So I think a lot of times when we think about some of kind of the frustrating or even the sad or disappointing circumstances in our lives, I think over time when we look back on those times, I think that's kind of in a way, I think that's kind of a good indicator that those were um, some of the best days of your life. And I think this song kind of really hits on that feeling that I feel with those transitions. This is a song by, originally it was done by Bon Voyage, but then the guitar player for Bon Voyage, he's also the frontman of Starflyer 59, Jason Martin of Starflyer 59, and this is called West Coast Friendship. So hopefully you'll enjoy this song.